What if everything we thought we knew about life was wrong? Imagine a planet so hot it could melt metal. A world where the surface sizzles at over 300 degrees Celsius. No air, no oceans, just a scorched landscape orbiting dangerously close to a tiny, dim red star. And yet, this hellish planet is blinking at us. Its name is TOI 1846b, a newly discovered super-Earth that's baffling scientists. Every few days, it emits a strange, repeating light signal. It's not a message, at least not one we can decode, but the rhythm is too perfect to ignore. Could there be something, or someone, on the dark side of this planet? Could life survive in the shadows of a world where one side burns forever and the other never sees the light? This discovery is breaking the rules of astrobiology. It's forcing us to rethink where and how life might exist in the universe. So, are we truly alone? Or are we just beginning to see the signs? TOI-1846b is not your typical planet. Discovered by NASA's TESS, Transiting Exoplanet Survey satellite, this super-Earth orbits a red dwarf star 154 light-years away in the constellation Ursa Major. It's about 1.8 times the size of Earth and nearly 4 times as massive. But what makes it fascinating and puzzling is where it orbits and how it behaves. TOI-1846b completes a full orbit around its star in less than 4 Earth days. That means it's incredibly close, just 5% of the Earth-Sun distance. At that range, surface temperatures soar past 300 degrees Celsius, a heat intense enough to boil metal. It's tidally locked, meaning one side always faces its star in permanent daylight, while the other is locked in eternal darkness. Despite these brutal conditions, scientists are intrigued, because something very strange is happening. The planet emits a repeating dip in brightness, not from artificial signals, but through natural light curves detected when it transits its star. These dips are precise and regular, like clockwork. They tell us the planet is there, but what they don't explain is what's happening on the planet. Why hasn't its atmosphere been stripped away by radiation? Could thick clouds be shielding the surface? Or more surprisingly, could there be water trapped in the terminator zone, the thin region between scorching heat and frozen darkness? That zone, scientists believe, may be stable enough to allow water to exist in liquid form, and where there's liquid water, life, as we know it, might just have a chance. TOI 1846b is especially compelling because it sits right in the radius gap, a mysterious category of planets that are too big to be rocky like Earth, but too small to be gas giants like Neptune. Understanding these worlds could unlock a deeper truth about how planets evolve and where life can survive. This is not just a planet, it's a scientific anomaly, and it might be the key to discovering life in the most unexpected places. If life could survive anywhere, it would have to be adaptable, incredibly adaptable, and we've seen that before, right here on Earth. In the scalding depths of deep-sea hydrothermal vents, entire ecosystems thrive in total darkness. In Antarctica's subglacial lakes, microbial life persists without sunlight, surviving on minerals and chemical energy. Even inside the cores of volcanoes, bacteria cling to existence. We call these organisms extremophiles, life forms that push the boundaries of what we thought was possible. They prove that life doesn't need paradise to survive. Sometimes, it just needs a chance. Now imagine TOI 1846b. The scorching heat on one side, eternal frost on the other. But in between, a narrow band, the terminator zone, conditions might be just right. Not comfortable, not easy, but survivable. If bacteria can live inside frozen lakes or thrive in acidic clouds above Venus, then why not in the twilight of an alien world? Maybe life on TOI 1846b doesn't look like anything we've ever seen. Maybe it doesn't need oceans or blue skies or oxygen. Maybe it clings to vapor, buried deep under rock, or drifting as microscopic colonies in the thin edge between day and night. What Earth teaches us is simple. Life finds a way. We've never been to TOI 1846b, but from over 150 light-years away, we're watching it, carefully. It started with NASA's TESS, a telescope scanning the sky for planetary transits. That's how TOI 1846b was first found, a small, rhythmic dimming in the light of its star. But that was only the beginning. Now, a growing team of scientists is targeting this strange world using some of the most advanced instruments on Earth and in orbit. The MAROON-X spectrograph at Gemini North is measuring the planet's mass, searching for clues about its composition. And soon, the James Webb Space Telescope will aim its infrared eyes at TOI 1846b to analyze its atmosphere, if one exists at all. We're hunting for signs: water vapor, methane, carbon dioxide, anything that might suggest habitability or life itself. But this isn't just about TOI 1846b. It's about pushing the boundaries of what we know. It's about testing our technology, our theories, even our imagination. Every observation, every data point is a step closer to answering the biggest question of all. Are we alone? And if we're not, how will we know? Perhaps it starts with a strange little blink of light from a planet no one expected to matter, until it did. What if something is already living on TOI 1846b? Not civilizations, not cities, but something small, ancient, resilient. Imagine a form of life that evolved in permanent twilight, never knowing day or night. It doesn't need oxygen or oceans or green forests. It feeds on chemical energy, clings to mineral surfaces, and thrives in temperatures that would destroy almost anything on Earth. Perhaps it drifts in the thin mists between the planet's scorched and frozen halves, or lies buried deep beneath the crust, protected from radiation and heat. Maybe it pulses with its own internal rhythm, a biological clock we've mistaken for a simple transit signal. And what if we're not just detecting a planet, but a pulse? What if this repeating light we see isn't just a coincidence, but the byproduct of something alive, or even intelligent? We don't know, but speculation is how science begins. For centuries, we believed life needed Earth-like conditions. Now we're learning that life might not need Earth at all. It could start in darkness. It could adapt to extremes. It could be out there, silently waiting to be noticed. Or maybe it already noticed us. Maybe TOI 1846b will turn out to be just another hot, dead rock. Maybe the signals are nothing more than light and shadow dancing across the void. But what if it's more than that? What if this strange planet is a reminder, not of aliens, but of our own curiosity? A signal not from another species, but from ourselves, echoing through the stars, asking the same question we've always asked. Are we alone? This isn't just about finding microbes in space. It's about expanding our understanding of what life is, where it can exist, and what it truly means. Every strange world we discover is a chapter in the story of the universe, and sometimes those chapters reflect our deepest hopes, our wildest fears, and our endless drive to explore. TOI 1846b might never answer our questions, but it asks them in a way no earthly thing can. It challenges the limits of biology. It forces us to rewrite the rules. It dares us to imagine more. So as we point our telescopes toward the stars, maybe we're not just searching for aliens. Maybe we're searching for proof that we were never truly alone. Or maybe that we're not done evolving.